We know that life and death is in the power of the tongue. How we speak to other people, and more importantly, how we speak to ourselves, can really determine the difference between life and death. There was a time where I was living in a not so good place. Anybody ever been in a not so good place? I was doing some things I never thought I would do. I was around the wrong crowd, the wrong people, and I had a court date coming up the next day that nobody thought I was going to go to. But I called my mom and I said, Mom, something in me is telling me I need to get out of this place that I'm in. Can you come get me? And she reminded me of this court date, and I said, I don't care. I'll go to court. I know I'm probably going to get locked up. I just feel like I need to get out of here. Have you ever been in a place where you just know, you just feel in your gut, I got to get out of here? And for most of my life, I didn't listen to that still small voice. For most of my life, I didn't listen to that gut feeling. But this day, on this particular day, I did something different, and I listened to my instinct, my gut, that still small voice, and I made a shift and a change to get out of there. But what's interesting is years later, my mom told me the story about when she came to pick me up. One of the men that was living in the house helped me bring some of my bags down, and as I was putting some bags in the trunk of the car, this man, his name was Yancey, he said to my mom, I'm so glad you're coming to get Ben. There's still hope for him. And my mom looked at him and she said, there's hope for all of us. And this man looked back at her and said, no, not me. There's no hope for me. I want to talk to you today about how powerful the words that we speak are over our life. You see, a few days later, I'm sitting in jail and a man comes in who looks familiar, and it was another guy that was living in that house with Yancey and me. And he began to tell me a story of a bank robbery. They went and robbed a bank a few days after I left. And this guy got caught at the mall buying some clothes. You know how it is, right? But the other guy, we found out later, went into a hotel room and sniffed and shot up and smoked all the money up till he ran out of money. And then we would find out months later that he would go back to that same bank to rob it again, only this time they had hired a security guard in the bank. And when the security guard approached him as he was trying to take control and rob the bank again, he pulled out a sawed-off shotgun and he shot and killed the security guard. And a couple years later, he would be put to death here in Virginia. He said, there's no hope for me. I'm wondering what we're speaking to ourselves. It's one thing when you're blasting other people on social media and you're gossiping about other people. That's wrong. You know that's wrong. But more importantly than that, what are you speaking to yourself? Are you speaking life or death over yourself? Life and death is in the power of the tongue. How are you using that in your own life? It makes all the difference in the world.